And I also think that this was a defining moment for me because I was just like, this is who I am. This is me. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are taking a journey through the past. You guys have been asking me to do this video forever. Like literally forever, and I have always been a bit nervous too because I don't particularly like looking at old like teenage photos of myself. It makes me cringe, let alone sharing them with every one of you. But hey, it's just a bit of fun, and what is growing up all about if we don't have a glow up, right? Right. If you're new here today, please do subscribe and make sure you guys turn on the post notification bell for my channel so you always know when I've uploaded. And if you like my current style, which I assume you do because you're watching this video, then don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well to see my outfits and keep up with my day-to-day life. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the evolution of my style. So let's start with my childhood. Now, my mum and dad in terms of style were pretty much hippies, but my mum also had a flair for the dramatic, and she dressed me like an actual Victorian doll. Like pretty much I looked ridiculous the whole time. She made like most of my clothes, so did her mum and her sister, and I just looked so over the top and crazy, and like frills and ruffles and matching hats and matching socks. Like everything was always matching, and everything was always so like OTT. So I definitely think that's where I got my flair for the OTT and coordination. So I think like as a baby and a little one, I looked like a very like rich hippie, but the fact is that my family were not rich at all, and everything was always homemade, but it was so like extravagant and beautiful that everything looked really, really expensive. So also that's probably where my love for making affordable things look expensive comes from too. I remember I had this Ariel raincoat, which was like my favorite thing because it was very unlike the kind of thing that my mum would dress me in. I didn't really have like anything merchy or like with logos or branding or graphics or anything like that, so I loved this Ariel coat so much, and Ariel's still my favorite princess. I remember as I got a little bit older, like kind of I guess 8, 9, 10, I really wanted to just wear like the things that my friends were wearing, like jeans and leggings and t-shirts, and my mum never let me wear that kind of thing. It was always like pretty dresses and skirts and that kind of thing, and at the time, like at that age, I was kind of like wish that I could wear something different, but now I'm just really, really glad that I didn't, and I've grown up not really wearing jeans, not really wearing leggings or t-shirts. So it kind of seems like a lot of the elements of my adult style were formed in those early years, so I guess I have my mum to thank for that, although my style and hers are completely different, like complete opposites, but that's just how she liked dressing me. So she made me who I am today. So now we are going to have a look through my teenage years, and I got most of my source material from Facebook. My whole teenage life is documented on Facebook, which is kind of scary but also really nice because I can just like look back through everything and read like all the cringy statuses I used to write with song lyrics about how heartbroken I was. And also be very alarmed at how orange I was, although I did always edit my photos to make me look more orange. That's why in a lot of my photos that you see, my hair looks a lot darker. I mean, it was definitely darker than it is now because obviously I started having highlights. My hair is like a dark blonde, so where you can see like my roots are, that's like my natural colour. It's like a dark blonde, but I would always like up the contrast on my photos to like max to make me look as like tanned as possible. I don't know. So as I suppose it's the same for everyone, when I was a teenager I just didn't really know what my style was. I was always like kind of trying different things. I was very much like into fashion, but obviously as a teenager you're kind of like dependent on what your parents will buy you or the money they might give you, or in my case I pretty much like earned all my own money but not very much, so I was very restricted in what I could buy, and I just kind of tried all different things. Pink was definitely my favorite color, and I was definitely girly. Like I knew I've always had a girly style. That never really changed. I think I did go through some phases of wearing like lots of black just to like try it out. I was never like a full-on, like I never really went down that road and committed to it, but I definitely like tried all different things out, and I sometimes even tried to be creative and like layer stuff and like cut stuff up just because I thought, you know, that it would be cool, and it wasn't. I even actually started a blog. Yes. And I don't actually know what it is. Like, I swear on my life, I have no idea what it's called. It's probably deleted now, but I started a fashion blog when I was probably like 13. So I thought that I would give that a go, and it was just horrible and a disaster. And I realized that it just wasn't good. So I think I just abandoned ship, and I obviously picked it up a few years later. I remember Jack Wills was my favorite brand in the world. Like, if you say Jack Wills to my parents, they will probably like roll their eyes, because that is what I was obsessed with. I just loved the clothes, and to be honest, like, I still love their clothes now. They're just such gorgeous quality. They are expensive, so I would get stuff for like my birthday and Christmas, or I would babysit or like do jobs and save up and buy them myself. But I had so many Jack Wills clothes. My favorite kind of, I'd say my go-to outfit as a teenager that I can kind of remember would have been like in the summer, some really teeny tiny like denim booty shorts, or some like pink skinny jeans. I was really into coloured jeans, especially pink, and like a little Jack Wills cotton top, like a white cotton top, something really like kind of simple but pretty. That would be like my go-to look, and then like some ballet flats. Also from Jack Wills, I loved their polos. I had this pink polo top that was really cute, and I felt really cool because I felt like it was really in at the time. And they're like kind of plaid, like the shirts with the patterns on. I would wear those with like kind of jeans shorts, like high waist jeans shorts. Also, my favorite thing that I ever got as a teenager was my Jack Wills blazer. They were so expensive, like they were probably like 200 to 300 pounds. I always wanted one so badly because I loved like the preppy style, because this was also my Gossip Girl phase, although let's be honest, my Gossip Girl phase has never really ended. It's almost just got worse. And I actually still have that blazer. I'll get it. This is probably the oldest thing I have left in my wardrobe, because as you know, I get rid of my stuff very regularly, but I don't think I'll ever be able to get rid of this blazer because it just holds so many memories for me, and I almost feel like this was a defining moment in my fashion life, because I just thought it was so amazing. It was so different. Like, none of my friends had this or anything like this, and I just felt like this was my personality coming out, because I was kind of replicating that Blair Waldorf style from like season 1, season 2, when they're still wearing uniforms. I just loved it. So this was like such a me thing, and I was just obsessed with it. I wore it for years and years and years. I was also really into American Apparel. Like, that was another obsession. Again, mention the words American Apparel to my mum and dad, and they'll just be like, oh my god. But I really liked it, and I felt so cool, because I feel like that was another thing that like people at school like didn't know about as much. I used to get these really cute like different coloured high-waist skirts where I had like navy and pale blue and like grey and white and pink and that kind of thing. These little like pinafore dresses, just like really cute teenage stuff. Like, I feel like I dressed really age appropriate when I was a teenager, and it was just really cute and girly. Just looking through my photos, I feel like you can tell I was more open to colour. Like, pink was definitely still my favourite colour. Oh my god, this picture of me in art at school. Like, I was obsessed with pink. Everyone knew that. I was like known for it, just being like the girliest girl in the class. So nothing's changed there, but I was more open to colour. Like this yellow dress here, I've got this bright blue dress, which I loved. That was one of my first like grown-up pieces from Topshop, which I was really proud of. And yeah, just little cute dresses, little cute tops, always like a nice cotton. I was never really into t-shirts. I also had this pink cable knit Ralph Lauren jumper, which I actually still have now, again, just for like sentimental reasons, because I felt so like preppy and cool when I would wear that. It was like my favorite thing. I would actually wear the pink cable knit Ralph Lauren jumper underneath the Jack Wills blazer with a little collar sticking out. I was just like obsessed with being preppy. And as for my hair and makeup as a teenager, I feel like it's always kind of been the same. Like, I've always gone for natural makeup. I never really tried to be clever with like eyeshadow or eyeliner or like crazy coloured lipsticks. In fact, I never really used to wear lipstick at all. I would just wear really kind of light natural makeup. I wish I'd known about brows, but I don't think any of us really did. I was obsessed with fake tan. It is not even normal. Literally from being like 12, I'd say, or maybe 13, like orange. all the time, orange. Also nails, oh my God, my nails were such a thing for me in school. I would either buy stick-on French manicure nails, like the really nice ones. They looked so pretty. Like even now I would have them now. They looked so beautiful, but they would never stay on because they were just cheap. So I used to carry the nail glue in my blazer pocket, and like literally like 5 times a day they'd pop off and I'd be like, oh my God, and I'd get the nail glue and I'd like put it back on. And we were strictly not allowed anything like that at school. So if ever a teacher came by, I'd be like hiding my hands. I was just obsessed with my nails, and if it wasn't fake nails, I was giving myself a French manicure. I mean, I would not have the patience to do that now at all. I used to give myself the most perfect French manicure, and again, in case it chipped, I'd carry the little white nail varnish in my blazer pocket and like top it up at school. I just was so OCD about my nails. I've just been so into it all from such a young age, like hair, tan, nails, clothes and makeup. Like I've just always loved it. My hair was actually in really bad condition because I would straighten it every single day. I was obsessed with straightening it, and my split ends were so bad, and I would literally like be bored in class and I'd sit there like picking them all. And then all of a sudden I decided that I hated my hair straight, so I used to curl it every single day for school and tell people that it was natural. I'd be like, guys, I'm not straightening my hair anymore. It's curly. And I do not think anyone believed me. So the last thing I wanted to talk about for my teenage years was my prom dress, because my prom dress for me was such a big deal. I was obsessed with prom ever since I was about 12 or 13. I went to prom with JJ, and I decided that I would go to prom with JJ like 3 years before prom even happened. I think once in year 10, and prom was obviously in year 11, I sat in a maths class and I wrote a list of all the girls and a list of all the boys, and I just like kind of matched them all up. I was there like deciding who should go with who, because I was really concerned that I didn't want any of the girls to not be asked to prom. I just wanted to make sure that everybody had a date. So I literally bullied all the boys and said, you have to ask her. And even a couple of them were like, no, I don't want to. And I was like, that is so selfish. So she's gonna sit there all night feeling like nobody wanted to take her, and you're fine with that, are you? And I literally bullied all the boys. And even a year later, they all ended up going with the exact people that I wrote down in that maths class. Just call me Cupid. And I felt like my prom dress was my time to shine. It was my time to like be a princess. I banned all the other girls from wearing pink. That sounds bad, but we all kind of agreed that no one wanted to be wearing the same colour. And I was in a very, very small school, so there were literally only like 15 girls. So there may have been a couple of duplicates, but for the most part, I think we were all wearing different colours, and mine was obviously pink. And yes, I do still have my prom dress. I will never get rid of it. In fact, I almost want to wear it at my wedding, seeing as hopefully I'll marry JJ and we were prom partners. That is if it still fits. I am way too scared to try. But here it is. I just love this dress. This dress is me. I mean, even now, almost 10 years later, if I was going to prom, I would still wear this dress, which to me shows that it is timeless. I was one of the only girls, I think actually the only girl, that wore a short dress. And I just felt like a princess. Like, it was just the best night in the world, and this dress just holds the best memories. And I just think it's beautiful. Look at the bottom. Look how beautiful that is. Like, it's honestly stunning. All of the beading and sequins at the top, and then the back, it's like a lace-up kind of corset style. I just think this is the most beautiful dress. It's timeless, it's iconic. And I also think that this was a defining moment for me because I was just like, this is who I am. This is me. So now I want to talk about the period of time between the ages of 17 and 20. So this is me just leaving school in 2011 and just before my YouTube channel really took off in like 2015. So there's like a 4-year period here where I feel like as a person I was just so lost, and I feel like that feeling of like not knowing who I was or what I was going to be is kind of like reflected in my style somewhat. I didn't also have a lot of time to experiment with my style because I was either working at Hollister, so I was wearing the Hollister uniform, or I was modelling and doing modelling castings, in which case I would be wearing black skinny jeans with either black boots or black heels, with either a black cami top or a black like turtleneck. So between that and working at Hollister, I feel like I didn't really have that much time to experiment with my clothes. So I feel like even though this is 4 years, there isn't really much growth. Like, it doesn't really change that much because there wasn't really that much time. But there are definitely some moments that are like iconic to that time for me. So definitely working at Hollister was like, it had a huge impact on my style. I worked as a store model for, well, 3.5 years, or maybe just 3 years. And I was just obsessed with the clothes. I think also when you work in a place and there's like an abundance of everything and you get really into it, I'm still like that now. And I just basically worked for free for Hollister because I would just buy the clothes after work. I'd like do my shift and then buy clothes after work. So I was basically like giving them the money back. So I had a lot of like Hollister and Abercrombie jeans that I ended up wearing outside of work too because I just really liked them. They were comfy, and Hollister just had so many beautiful, a bit like the kind of things I loved as a teenager in Jack Wills, but they were a little bit cheaper, and obviously I had like a staff discount and everything, but all of those really beautiful white summery tops, like with frills and embroidery anglais, which is still stuff that I love now. So just from the photos I can find, this is me working in Hollister. This is me at work, finding a dirty sock full of security tags. This green dress I loved so much. It was such a cute little holiday dress. This whole outfit was from Hollister too, the little Bardo top and the lace maxi skirt, which I also really loved. This is such a classic Hollister look. If anyone is my age, you are probably going to remember this dress. It was like the Abercrombie and Hollister dress. It was like the it dress, and God, I loved it so much. So a lot of my style was definitely influenced by working at Hollister. And again, it was just a little bit more of experimentation. I feel like I knew the kind of style that I wanted, but I didn't really have the conviction to like really go for it and pull it off. So it all kind of feels like a bit half-hearted when I look at the pictures, but I think I'm definitely like moving towards that really like feminine style. I had some really pretty dresses. I loved Miss Selfridge. I kind of like discovered Miss Selfridge properly in this time period. I loved Miss Selfridge. Like, if my clothes weren't from Hollister, they were from Miss Selfridge. Like this cute little pink polka dot dress, this little outfit I loved. It was like a little white like corset, not corset, but like bralette top from Hollister, and that little pink skirt is Miss Selfridge. This top I loved. It was like, I think I just sold it recently actually because I stopped wearing it, but it was like a pale bluey grey chiffon top with beaded straps that I loved. This dress, oh my God, I loved this because it was like a Blair Waldorf dress. It was like this nudie pink polka dot dress with this Peter Pan collar and a big black bow. I was also still really into the preppy look, so I had these really cute outfits that were really preppy, like this one. It's this little like Ralph Lauren cardigan with the collar sticking out with like this matching mini skirt, which I just loved the outfit so much. I also think these outfits from New York are so cute. So I'm wearing the Jack Wills blazer, as you can see, and this scarf that was from Hollister, this cute little like chiffon lacy mini skirt, which was also from Hollister. And I've kind of ruined the look with Uggs, to be honest, but I did really like my Ugg boots. I thought they were really cute, and I still kind of think they do. Like, I still have a place in my heart for Ugg boots, as you know. There's also some cute fashion moments here. Like this picture was like a full Miss Selfridge outfit because these skirts were really, really in, the ones that were kind of short at the front and long at the back. So I'm wearing a little black and white number with these black heels and this little pink like Louis Vuitton clutch bag, which I'm pretty sure wasn't real. It was a present and I never really knew like if it was real or fake. Looking back, I think it must be fake because I don't think that person would have spent that much money on me, but I didn't really know. I really liked it. So this little bag crops up a lot. This is also a really cute outfit. It's a little old Topshop top that was my mum's, a little white cotton button down crop top with these pink high waist loose shorts that are like a style staple for me now. And I remember really liking that outfit, and it's kind of like going into the colour palette, going into that kind of style. This is me and my best friend at our other best friend's 18th. I really loved this whole look as well, just really, really girly. This is me at my 18th, and this dress was like not really my kind of thing, but I just wanted to like make a statement on my 18th, so I just went all gold sequins and had the best night. So yeah, I feel like that time period is a funny one. It's kind of muddled, but I feel like towards the end of it, like kind of 2014, is when I started like kind of forming my style a bit more. So I started wearing like more high waist skirts and shorts with like polo necks and turtlenecks in different colours, and cute boots with a nice bag. Like I got my first Michael Kors bag, and that's how I kind of started into the world of designer and that kind of thing. And this is also the time that I started saving up money to buy more expensive things from like Ted Baker. So I had all of these beautiful Ted Baker dresses that I saved up for, and this is kind of where my love for like more luxury things started. I started like streamlining my looks more, and I feel like I was defining my style during that year, and that's actually what inspired my YouTube channel, because I kind of wanted to share it. I was like, yeah, I have this really nice style now, and that's what inspired me to start. So now we come to the age of 20. In 2015, my YouTube channel really kind of took off, and some of you probably remember that time well. And this was such an exciting time in my life, like probably the best year. One of the best years of my life, and I feel like this is the time that I really just embraced the girliness. Like I wasn't modelling anymore. As soon as YouTube took off, I left my agency. I didn't have to go to castings anymore. I obviously wasn't working at Hollister anymore, so I just had like all this time to actually dress how I wanted to. And because I suddenly had this audience that really liked my style, it kind of just gave me that platform and enabled me to really embrace it and just really go for it, which was so, so nice. And when I look back at my outfits from this time, like, I think they're very cute. I feel like I even took a step backwards in some ways in terms of like trendiness. I feel like I was actually more trendy as a teenager than I was at the start of YouTube, but I think I just needed that like release of just like being able to be me, and I just liked cute dresses. I liked little pink loafers and little like old lady handbags. Like that's just what I liked. So I felt like finally I just had this platform and I could embrace it, and it was just a great, great feeling. And then I suppose very gradually, like going through 2016, I started getting like a bit more like trendy, I suppose, in my outfits, and kind of just started really defining those things that I loved about my style, like the silhouettes I liked, everything high-waisted, skater skirts, high necks, just like really cute stuff like that. And I feel like my style was just kind of even more gradually taking shape in 2016. 2017, I feel like, is the time when I started experimenting a bit more and going out of my comfort zone a little bit, trying new things. So this for me was the year of those flute hem trousers, which I don't like anymore, but that's how it goes with trends. And those little like neck scarves, which I do really like, and I feel like I should bring that back, but that was definitely my thing. And also wearing a lot more heels. I feel like I was wearing a lot of flats before. In like the whole lead up to 2017, I was very much into flats because I'm quite tall. I never wanted to be taller, which was weird as a model. Maybe that's why, I don't know. But 2017, I just started embracing my height and strutting about London in little ankle strap heels, and I haven't really gone back since then. I also discovered over the knee boots in 2017, which was like a revelation for me in terms of style, because it meant that I could finally ditch the black tights. I've always had a problem with black tights. I've always hated them, but I just felt like they were necessary and I couldn't see a way around wearing them. So finally, when the knee-high boots and over-the-knee boots came into fashion, I was just like, oh my god, this is the answer to my fashion prayers. So while 2017 was the year I was kind of experimenting with trends, 2018 I started to really realise like the elements of different styles that I really loved. So I really realised that I loved the 60s look, and then also I realised I really loved that like romantic bohemian style. I discovered Zimmermann. Oh no, I actually think I discovered Zimmermann in 2017, but I just really loved all of that, and I kind of just became quite good at like taking parts of different styles and putting them within mine. So even like kind of European, like Italian style when I went on holiday, and experimenting with like the Western trend but making it city chic, and kind of experimenting with different elements and like merging them together to make it me. And I feel like that's something that I got quite good at in 2018. Then 2019, I think another turning point for me, another defining year. It was the year of the fringe, which I think just really helped push me out of my comfort zone, and made me kind of open to trying so many more things. I also did the style swap video with Amy, which I think like really just opened my eyes a bit. Like actually I looked kind of good in all of that edgy stuff, and while it's not really what I like like, it did kind of suit me. So I kind of went a little bit edgier than I ever had before. So kind of like cool patterned shirts, like the horse ones, bringing in a little bit more leather, even though it was in my color palette. Also trousers, kind of brought trousers more into my style, and again, just like kept on pushing the boundaries. And I feel like I, last year, really kind of moved away from that pink twee style. Although pink is obviously always going to be my favorite color, I remember getting so many comments in my hauls last year saying, where is all the pink? There was nothing pink in that haul. But I think last year was a really good style year for me. Like, I have so many good outfits, like my little broderie anglais two-piece from ASOS with the Chanel bag that I was borrowing. It just looked so chic, and that beautiful long white glamorous maxi dress in Barcelona. Also my outfits in Paris with that really chic jacket and the beret and the knee-high boots and that really gorgeous spotty blouse. I kind of just like pushed the boundaries more and evolved my style. That was like the biggest jump. So that brings us to the present day. 2020, I think, again, is just going to be the year for me of just trying new things, seeing what works. I just feel like more than ever before, I really know what I like and what my style is. But I think just for the rest of the year, watch this space and let's just see what happens. I hate it when people say that. I don't know why I said that. So overall, I just feel like over the years, especially of being on YouTube, I've just kind of like grown and expanded my style. It's never really changed. I don't think it's changed dramatically, but it's just evolved, and I definitely think that having this platform makes that so much easier, because it just like enables me to keep on like trying new things, and you guys really give me the confidence to do that. So I just want to say thank you, and I hope that I can kind of mirror some of that back to you and give you the confidence to try new things, and just really like evolve and define your styles too. So if you have made it to the end of this very long video, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next week. Bye!